Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Red Alert 3 replay. Today it is a 2v2v2, which I am always confused about what color is what. And shouldn't there be another MCV here? There's, okay, green's abandoned right there. Blue is building off of yellow's radius, so looks like we have on the center as the yellow allied player, we have Bouhhhhhh. As his teammate as the blue allies, we have XonURhed, I think. As their opponents, as the orange Soviets, we have PewPewLazer, and I believe his teammate would likely be green, which I'm assuming that is Guri, the Soviet player. Versus as the magenta Empire player, we have DachiMK, and as the red allies, we have PriNce. We got a laser lock on the construction yard here. On the Green's construction yard. Looks like I'm not okay, that's just a bunch of wall segments exploding over and over again. I think that's a sentry gun that went down. Barracks being deployed now. He needs to get out some bears, not conscripts. Peacekeeper being deployed out as well. Green's construction yard is getting ripped apart. That's going to pack on up, which will disrupt the production. His teammates still producing right there. And the fortress wall now being focused on up. So green and orange's aggression was a big failure. And we got a pair of dogs in the central refining location there, so it's preventing green from setting up right there. Green may need to deploy right here, and that is a horrendous spot there. Green and red will be on the back end for quite some time, but they have gone quite aggressive. A nice bear roar there, getting a couple Imperial Warriors, but this bonsai charge will clean up that bear. More green bears charging on forward. He does get the conscript there, and the bear does get cleaned up as the barracks is removed. Citrus has been deployed out entirely, but only gets minimal damage. Green's now setting up some infrastructure here. He probably is pretty low on economy. Magenta has a dojo being deployed out, mutual kill there, which is less favorable to the bears, if I remember correctly. I think bears are more expensive than Imperial Warriors. The MCP does pack on up, trying to avoid this combat now. Bear does teleport around, does get a nice roar there. That bear gets a kill there, but no additional roars, and a lot of Imperial Warriors here. Green and orange's MCVs are here. Does manage to crush the dojo bar because it was not paying attention, and laser coming in from a single red javelin troop. Bears coming on out. Bears do claim the javelin troop there. More orange bears there. Mass roar from green was a complete waste. And we do have these garrison right there, and we do have a Molotov now coming forward. And it looks like he will take out the conscript there. And orange MCP is being cleaned on up. Blue and yellow are just starting to eco. Conscript pushing their way forward, and orange MCP needs to fall back to a crusher crane. A bunch of green bears charging forward. Got a mass bonsai charge. Mutual destruction. The mate, and there goes that MCV. There may be a crusher crane for orange. And that is a orange structure right there, so it does have a crusher crane at least. Not a critical loss, but a big one. The bear does get crushed by the ore collector, and green's going to try to crush this ore collector now. Red has put out a multi-gun turret to support his teammate as he will be sieged down by a Tesla coil. Maybe a Tesla trooper to improve the Tesla coil? Up north, blue start making his advance and looks at a turret push supported by a single blue camp. At the oil dare claimed here, as well as his ore refinery. And looks like Magenta's going to start to abandon this base location here. Orange will need to fall back in order to protect his northern flank of his base. Green may need to fall back as well. Green has a single oil derrick for income, literally nothing else. Magenta's blowing out instant dojo, walls coming on down, the barracks coming out by green. Up north we got a boot camp, maybe behind to build something, maybe it's pause, maybe it's low income. That's going to go out for a bonsai charge with the Imperial War, gets a kill there on one of the conscripts. Let's get another kill there before getting crushed by the MCV. Oh, what was that? There's the engineer. Does get sliced by the Imperial Warrior, and Magenta is starting to abandon his own base. Orange is losing his base, including the Crusher Crane. That may be his only source of production there. Yellow's going for it. Best go ahead and... There's a lot of yellow engineers here. He's trying to save his Crusher Crane. He needs it because it's his only source of production. He takes up loose the Ore Collector and sells off the Battle Crusher Crane there. What does Orange have? A barracks, a super reactor, ore refinery, and he does have a war factory, so he's probably rebuilding his MCV now. He does have a lot of forces here, and Orange has engineer, and does not get the capture there, and does get slice the combat engineer as well. Guardian tanks, peacekeepers, and dogs pushing the way forward. Black Trooper still alive. Oh, this could be very, very bad. Make sure he pulls back in time, or else he will lose his entire force. Yellow's pushing away some engineer forward, and he's going to let the engineer try to capture it. That could be Desolator strike. And he was forced to desolate it, or sell it off. Desolator airstrike would not save it in time. Lose forces pushing way forward. This is maybe an MCV. I think Orange is going to lose his base location. You have the dog knocking combat engineers. Just needs a little bit more income. And he does not get anything there. Green still has the ore refinery there. Maybe a good idea for Orange to back out the game, or the other one of the soldiers should back out the game to give the other person all of his income. Looks like he may have actually just straight up died and sold off, so Green may not have got the income. Let's switch over to Green.
Refinery core ready.
Sometimes a bit hard to actually select who's...
Dojo core ready.
Multi-gunner at your service.
There's Green. Green has a bit of income, not a whole lot. He's going to have to rely on that single oil deck to provide him any sort of income. Hide off to a quarter, just try to stay alive. It's a survival game from now on for him. The oil derrick does get cleaned on up. Barrick does get a kill there. The only thing now, maybe it's pretty close for him in order to get out a ore refinery. But basically needs a cash bounty, get a cash bounty. Got himself a multi-gunner IFV. And he's starting to gun down the instant generator now. We've got a cryo strike coming on down, freezing a number of these structures. And there's actually a prism tank there. So Red does have a prism tank. Magenta is still rebuilding infrastructure here, going for an Imperial Docks. So do you have max clearance for Red, at least on the MCV itself. And there's something loaded up, something big was loaded on the back of that. That could be a spy in there, I'm not sure what. Or it could be a tank buster. Actually, maybe a tank buster. Yeah, it is a tank buster there. But the prison tank will go ahead and clean that up. Prison tank is at Efficiency 1. It's good infrastructure done. This stuff did not get shattered by the cryo blast. Looks like Magenta has backed out of the game. A whole bunch of dolphins pushing way forward. And Red is back out of the game as well. Leaving just Green. And Green is backed out of the game. Yeah, that was not exactly a great 2v2v2 as the replay claimed. But either way, this is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.